How's it look?
I can run into anything now.
Yeah.
What is up, guys? We are at F.A.R Off-Road today, continuing Jesse's machine. I'm gonna have a little shock update for you on my machine too, but today's focus is gonna be the front bumper and tie-in. Steph is giving me a look because I'm talking with my hands, right? Is that what's happening?
What is happening? No, just continue. You're doing fine.
Oh yeah.
That was the bumper.
It's a bumper.
The bumper. The bumper.
That's the plan for today. If you guys don't know, Jesse, Ginger Jesse, he's up front there. This is his Pro R, and this
You can kind of see.
Huh?
You can kind of see his hair a little bit back there.
So this is a continuation of a project. We do have a video that we put out where Lou built this cage. You can go back and watch that. I'll probably have the thumbnail pop up somewhere so you can see what it looks like.
Check it out.
Before we get into this, we did start a Patreon, so you can see videos like this one, and I think I got 2 more posted on there. You get them a little early as we get into the riding season, and we kind of bank videos. You'll probably get them a little earlier, but the big thing is they're ad-free and they're uncensored. So when I say fucking shit, well, I guess shit's always in there. And then sometimes there's just some stuff that we have to cut, and that'll be in there. And then we're also going to have the names of our patrons floating on the screen at the end of all the videos, just to show our appreciation, because stuff like Patreon helps us grow. So if you're into that type of stuff, check that out. We really appreciate that.
Instead of somewhat Haggard, you'll be getting full Haggard.
Yeah, you get some full Haggard stuff. Well, we will also have like post, like there's gonna be some photos from today that I'll probably post up. You guys will be ahead of the game on what's going on with us. You'll probably know about trips before everyone else, so fun stuff like that. And it's new to us, so that may evolve as we go too. But that's our starting point. So let's get into what we got going on today. Tying up a few loose
What's up, Jesse?
That's Ginger Jesse, you guys.
Yeah. To tie up a few loose ends, and we're not talking about his brake lines. Those are still loose.
That's factory spec.
Yeah. He did a little measurement, and like real life measurement with the donut, first donut, trailing arm to ground, what, like 4.5 inches?
Yeah, 4.5. When I first measured it, with the donuts, with factory trailing arms, I got 10 inches. I just did a measurement. I was just kind of curious, and I got 14.5. So with donut to donut, best size comparison, we got 4.5 inches of extra ground clearance there.
So we promised you guys that we'd touch up on that when we know.
And I want to just say this right here. I got Smitty Racing caps for this Rady Route caps, and I got a hold of Shock Therapy because I got Shock Therapy springs. And they said the only way they'll sell these to me if I send my shocks there to get them rebuilt. They wouldn't sell them to me.
Which is ridiculous.
I think it's pretty ridiculous. So I went with Smitty Racing, and it kind of upset me with Shock Therapy.
So I also have those on my shocks now too. We'll get into that in a little bit when I pull the shocks out, and I'll show you guys. I had some other shock issues. We'll get into that afterwards. He is going to have a rear bumper tie in here, but something like how Jesse drew it out there. But that's not today's focus. Today's focus is up here, where Lou is.
Hi,
Welding
Lou.
his life away here.
Yeah. slaving away here.
I don't know the exact design that they're going with. Winging it?
Yeah, we're gonna Picasso it.
Alright, I like it. So
Making a mosaic, just pieces here and there.
this he's got his DRT bumper that still looks kind of straight even though it's been lawn darted. But it's gonna be a bumper up and a tie into the cage. And today's goal, not even goal, it's what we got to get done today.
It was
This is all
fully
gonna be
planned
tacked in.
to go like that too. For the points to go to the point.
Okay.
Fully
That's
planned.
the point of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might ask, what is the point?
Yeah.
And that is the point.
And I'm always saying, get to the point.
That's the point.
Are you always saying that? I think I am.
That's that. Or I think we're gonna do like a little loop-de-doop. Fill these in and then to the cage. Which that should all be today, so you guys will all see that as it comes.
Yeah.
Kind of, like you said, winging it, making it work.
Yeah. And then
Custom.
once the rear's done, then it's just gonna be the full weld out and powder. And I'm not sure how much after today you'll see on this machine. We may just do a reveal with it. Because the back bumper is going to be pretty basic, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, it's gonna be
the loop.
This can be a loop, and then it's gonna come down to the back and some points. Besides that, yeah, it'll be basic.
The plan is to do the knockout race that Whiskey Biz is throwing. I think it's Whiskey Biz and Whaley throwing it on, and for sure we're going. That's for sure. But the plan right now is it's a team race, and Jesse and I were going to team up and do that race. I, for one, am not a racer, so this could end terribly for me. I think Jesse has done some racing, right?
Yeah, I've done some racing, I've done some wrecking.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Insert lawn
it's
dart.
more of, I guess, it's more like a fair type race. It's gonna be, it's not gonna be nothing crazy hour-long race.
Yeah, it's like
just a little fair race.
obstacles.
Basically.
You mean
we
you're not
don't
going to be
know.
trying King of Hammers after this one?
Yeah, probably. I think we'll step up there. But.
It's running over logs and stuff as fast as you can without hopefully ripping things apart.
Yes.
But so we'll see how that goes.
Jeremy needs to have like a shit on deck, and then he'll fucking hit it. Don't worry. I've tried to follow this guy.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
down a pretty rough trail at Windrock, and it's like, wow, he's just pulling away.
If I got
And then he was like, I had to take a shit. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Okay.
All right, so bring relaxed to this.
Oh,
So that's our plan. Like I said, no matter what, we're gonna be there to watch it. We're hopefully racing. That's our first planned thing for 24.
Yeah.
Still a lot of projects and a lot of work to be done first, but that's what we're looking forward to. So if you see us there, make sure you guys say hi. Yeah.
My wallet's already crying the second I said race.
Yeah. I mean, going there, racing, finishing, and being able to drive the machine on the trailer is going to be a win.
That's the goal. Yeah. If they both drive on the trailer, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
If I can winch it on, I'll be happy too. If other gets ripped off it, solid.
Because we've looked at some, like the knockout races, if you guys don't know what they are, you can look it up on YouTube and you can find a lot of different variations of it. Some way more extreme than others. You know, some it's just logs and it's kind of bumpy. Some is boulder, some is like the construction barriers. It gets wild, and some are just not that wild, and it's more about speed. Mud holes, stuff like that.
12 seconds later.
All right, guys, we have a wardrobe change.
Yeah. It's
And
cool. Indiana Day.
yeah, and Lou is cutting some pipe, and yeah, we're gonna be moving on to the next piece here. Keep coming to it. You hit it? Nice.
I pushed it too far one time and fucking snapped it.
Oops.
Yep.
So that was Lou's little facial expressions. He was just running out of room on the die. But to get the angle, he had to keep pushing. So that's what he's working on, the little mustache.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what.
We're just gonna sneak up on the notching now.
So it'll actually be a stinger for when I go to roll. It'll stop me. This time.
If it like lines up with this angle or something.
Oh yeah, I see that. I just like how
It's kind of what it looks like.
Well,
I just think that looks nasty. Like I just want to go run some shit over it, you know?
Yeah. Like you're trying to prepare yourself for another lawn dart.
I know. I got the outfit this time.
You do. You are dressed like a guy that lawn darts a Pro R on a mini bike track. This is how they dress.
if you were wondering.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, we're recording here. Hey.
Hey, I don't think he likes the fit, bro.
I know.
you think
Yeah.
you're setting them off?
Yeah. That dog's like, hey, I've seen this before on people of Walmart.
It's probably because he's a cop dog. He's like,
Yeah.
that guy does drugs.
He's offended by your outfit. Alright guys, so another little update on my shocks. I guess if you don't know, first we did the Schmitty Racing suspension springs, and still pretty saggy. We didn't do the full setup because we're like, well, it's a 2020, it's beat to shit, nitrogen's probably low. So we did all this spring work, and then the machine was going to be coming here to Far Off Road for doors and a fender delete. Before we brought it, we were planning on filling the shocks while we're here, and we decided that the little needle valve route is kind of a pain in the ass and a little sketchy, and that all has to do with your caps back here. So I wanted the Schrader valve. So this is also from Schmitty Racing Suspensions, and it's a high volume reservoir cap, and not only does it get you more nitrogen that can fit in here, you get the Schrader valve now too, so it's a lot easier to fill. And these are supposed to leak less than the needle ones. And the needle ones, I don't know what you would technically call it, but to me, you're just jamming a little needle through a membrane, and it just seems like it's gonna leak. So I went to put all these on my machine, and we didn't film any of it because it's all real simple stuff, but I ran into more issues. I got to the last one, driver's side rear, and I couldn't get the factory cap off, and that's because the nitrogen was on the wrong side of the piston. So that was stuck. So we brought the machine here anyways, and then before he got started, we decided to have these all rebuilt. And that's kind of where we're at now. All 4 shocks were completely blown, and now we're set. So Schmitty Racing caps, they're recharged to 200 pounds of nitrogen. Before,
Shout out to
Ingram
it's on
Motorsports. They're the ones that rebuilt it. So if you're like us, we're from Northern Illinois. He's Southern Wisconsin, and finding places in that area that does, side-by-side stuff. He does any type of shocks, but it's hard to find resources in the side-by-side industry in that area. So it was cool. He got it done quick enough, so we're bringing him back to Lou's at Far Off Road, and he can put it back on the machine. So now he'll be able to move my machine around. If you didn't watch the video where we did my springs Like, we knew they were bad. I could take this front shock and I could just squeeze it down, and you shouldn't be able to do that. So I can no longer do that. So pretty much almost everything on this is new now, right? And in true somewhat Haggard fashion, I had to leave something shitty. This would have been an awesome time to replace my worn out sliders, and I didn't do that. So we are gonna put worn out sliders back on all this new stuff. We still have to adjust everything, but that'll be done when the machine's done. And we'll kind of go maybe over that a little bit. But at this point, there's been so many shock videos. I didn't want to do a full video on it, just wanted to keep you guys updated. So pretty excited about this. My machine has kind of felt like shit for a little while now. This is maybe a year and a half, 2 years. So I'm happy.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. All right.
So I think that's all we need for that.
Cut.
So you want her?
Yep. Do it.
Or we go straight. And then
Yeah, that's exactly what
I don't have a garage.
going off this this body line, straight, and then do the little flat piece thing.
Oh, we do for sure. Well,
And then that bumper ain't going nowhere.
So this front part, they got that figured out, tacked up. So now it's to figure out the tie-in. And that's what they were discussing. Oh, Lou had to get the big dog
I
out.
want to make sure we're on the same plane with
It
that.
ain't level. What the hell?
That's crazy how that works.
he's got exactly.
Couple beers, that'll look level.
After I flip it over, I mean.
Yeah.
After I'm ripping a wheelie, you know.
So what do you think? Like here, Jesse, come off?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna call about a 12-inch offset, 16. Okay.
This dude's like a math genius.
No.
So once again, he takes his numbers and now he's gonna put it into his magic program.
So magical.
So yeah, he just puts all his numbers in and it gives him a little recipe right here for the next tube.
You have a brother?
No.
He only has a sister.
You have a sister?
Yeah, name's Steve. I'm just kidding. My bad.
And everything I've learned, just stick with the fucking cheap Menards and just take care of them.
Yeah, lube.
No issues.
Lots of lube.
Not even a lot. Good spray.
Oh, we're talking about that. Patreon. Yeah.
Well, I'm barely putting any pressure on it. And another thing might be obvious to others is I keep it in low gears. I used to try to go full bore high and it was burning up the drills. So,
Yeah, you gotta let them do the work.
yep.
Unless you're at work and not
Yeah.
buying the bits.
Unless you don't buy the cutting tools. Then it's hog away. There's nothing wrong with making half-inch passes on a lathe, right?
No, at that point I get paid by the hour.
And then we put a vent here for it to go down. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So Jesse's plan was to have it tight, and this is tight.
Yep.
But Lou added a bend right here to kind of help pull it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's where Daddy wants it.
But on these machines, you don't really have to take this shit off unless you really mess something up.
So
it's not actually
I'm
in the
gonna
way.
have to take all this apart. I like to mess stuff up.
So he's gonna just make the matching bar for this side now, and we'll catch up with you when that's done.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Oh yeah.
Put it back!
I'm not touching it, Dad.
Steph,
Sorry.
Steph.
Put it back. Shit.
Good.
Blew it.
Let her rip.
Once people understand what this machine's been through.
Yeah, that looks sweet.
Oh, looks good.
So you as the viewer, you guys got to realize that this, when we joke about the lawn darting, this has been a lawn dart before. So
Yeah.
if you try to base some of these tubes, like where they're lined up with some of the plastics, it's not going to be perfect because, as you can see, this headlight is pushed back, so you can't base everything off the plastics. So when things are bent, it makes things a little harder. It's basically, for Lou, it's difficult to make a square cage on an unsquare machine, is basically what it comes down to.
It drives me nuts more than anything. At least the owner's happy with it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
can
don't
say
give a
when this
shit, I
thing's
don't give a
flying
shit.
by lime green and blue at 50, 60 plus mile an hour, I'm like, that thing is badass. And then I can be like, I don't think that's square.
I'll be saying it every time. It'll drive me nuts.
People are going to be looking at Jesse's machine, and Lou's going to walk by and be like, frame's not square. Well, all right, guys. Jesse's machine is looking sweet. As you can see here, got the tie-in, the bumper tacked up, and that's where we're going to call it for today, because Lou's got to go in and do the heavier welding. He's going to be adding bungs somewhere in this area here-ish. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the front. He will be working on the rear. I don't know how much of that'll be on film. So you'll either see some of that or you'll just see the finished product. Because after the rear's done, it's pulling it all apart and completely welding it out. So it's getting there. If you want the ad-free, uncensored versions of these videos and your name to pop up by these other names, check out our, I don't know what that was, but check out our Patreon, and you can have your name there and get all that, the ad-free and the uncensored stuff. And check out our G-Life UTV affiliate link in the description below. You can use code Haggard5, save yourself a little coin. And thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Just throw them up.
Throw 'em up.
You want to go to Taco Bell?